Hey guys, Tyler here with the Kingdoms trading card game, back with a partially edited vlog. I just got done recording my top 10 sacreds that are currently in the game of Kingdoms. And I think for time's sake, I'm actually going to flip the release of the video. So I'll try to release that video this upcoming Saturday. So I'm going to try to release this vlog tonight. I wanted to get your opinion. So currently there are 3 sets in the game of Kingdoms, 3 major sets. Set 1, new designs, or set 1, the beginnings. Set 2, new designs. Set 3, distant lands. Set 2.5 is small yet powerful. And set 3.5 is going to be introducing 4 new villages, and that will be called the Southern Islands. Set 3.8 is going to be a micro set, which is going to include 15 to 18 brand new cards, and it is going to be introducing a brand new card type called Wonder Sacreds. Now, I am asking for some input even with the name of that, but I want some help of trying to figure out how these cards are going to work. Currently, Sacreds in the game of Kingdoms, I would say average maybe 14 to 1600 health. Now, in case you're new to the game of Kingdoms, the way Kingdoms works with Sacreds, it's your life point system. You have a deck of 5 Sacreds, and then when you go to play a game, you choose 2 of them to put in your number 1, 2, and or 3 slot, and then your opponent chooses your 3rd one to go on your empty slot. And essentially, as each Sacred gets destroyed because you only play with 1 revealed at a time, it unlocks the ability for you to play better and better cards as the game progresses. Now, what I want to do with Wonder Sacreds is you either have the choice when you build your deck to have your selection of 5 different Sacreds, or 1 Wonder Sacred, and that is a Sacred that you play with for the whole entire game. So I guess from a lore perspective, it is the biggest thing, the most powerful thing that represents this kingdom, or that this kingdom cherishes. I kind of think of the final movie of Lord of the Rings. It's the final, kingdom left to be attacked and defended from the orcs. It's this big castle. It's like the final thing, and that's kind of the same idea with like a Wonder Sacred, where it's the biggest, most important thing to each kingdom. And so my thought, and I actually have it on the Discord, so if you want to give any input, you can certainly comment on this video, which would help a lot, and you could also comment in here on the Sacreds, the Wonder Sacreds. And so my idea for the Wonder Sacred is that, 1, it would have anywhere from 4,800 to 6,500 health. So it would have the health easily of 3 Sacreds, if not a little bit more. Secondly, I was wondering if a Wonder Sacred, especially because from a lore perspective, it is the most important thing to this kingdom, if you could actually have up to 3 spirits on it. Spirit cards, you can only put 1 on each Sacred. So what if you could put 3 on a Wonder? And then the other thing, because I was trying to figure out the balance. So if someone has a Wonder Sacred, how do they know what Sacred phase that they are currently in? Are they matched with their opponent? And that's kind of where I've landed, where when your opponent is in Sacred Phase 1 and you're using a Wonder Sacred, you're in Sacred Phase 1. When they jump to Phase 2, Phase 3, you then jump to Phase 2, Phase 3. However, I was wondering, what if on Wonder Sacreds they had an ability called like Tax X? And X is the number of magicka, the amount of magicka you have to spend to play a battle card of a different Sacred Phase early. So no matter what. So if you're in Phase 1 and you have a Phase 3 battle card that you want to play early, let's say a Wonder Sacred has Tax 4. So you have to pay 4 extra magicka to play it 2 phases early. But even if you were in Phase 2 and you wanted to play that same Phase 3 battle card, you would still have to pay 4 extra magicka. So that was kind of my thought of how to maybe, essentially, you could play a card whenever, but you're paying this heavy tax to play these more powerful battle cards, since your opponent still has to chew through phases 1, 2, and 3. So that was kind of my idea, and I want to get your input. Do you think that works? What do you think of the Wonder tax? What do you think of the health? Or do you think Wonder Sacreds just won't work in the game at all? On top of that, I would be curious to see, I want Wonder Sacreds to look similar to Sacreds. I want people to be able to look at it and say, this is a Sacred, but I also want it to be distinct enough to where people can tell this is a Sacred card and this is a Wonder Sacred. which, and I want people to be able to differentiate between those. And then the other thing is I want some ideas. So I have a couple ideas that are already in the mix for some of the kingdoms that are currently in the game. Actually, I'll open up a little spreadsheet that I have going right now. Shard TCG, shout out to you. I was in the middle of watching your plans for 2024 and beyond. Let me open it up real quick. So this would be set 3.8. I'm calling it Wonders of the North and East because currently in the game, in the world of Engam, it is only on the Nivahé Peninsula and Olding Island that kingdoms and villages have been made. So for the Kingdom of Linford, they're going to have a sacred called Ford Morton, which is the name of the volcano that Linford has built their kingdom around. For Silvermore, they're going to have a card called the Grand Cathedral. For Flexel, which was a set 3 kingdom recently released. And from a lore perspective, Flexel, Athlan, and Rish all do get along. However, Rish and Athlan are kind of the bad guys. And they are the wealthy cities. Flexel's like in the desert. They're still really nice, but it's kind of more rough and tough. Their sacred would be called Bunker of Hope. There would be a neutral sacred called Tatis Bay. On the Nivahé Peninsula, there is a big waterfall that goes right into the ocean, like the big body of water that is attached to the Nivahé Peninsula. And I think that would be called Tatis Bay. So I would really appreciate some ideas on effects and abilities, and I'd love to get your input for card names, card ideas, and if you want to submit maybe like an art border rendition of what the Wonder Sacred could look like, hey, I'll take that. I think that'd be pretty cool. I'd appreciate your input. Because this is a vlog, I'll just end with a short Bible talk. Just encourage you. Make sure you spend some time with Jesus. It's important to do. Last night, I was able to do that after a very long day. I stayed up a little bit later, and it felt really good to do that. It was really nice to just spend some time in prayer, read my Bible, just connecting with the Lord, and also try to talk to someone else about God. It's good to do that. Whatever time of the day that you're watching this, whether it be in the morning, evening, or night, I hope you have a good rest of your day. And until next time.